Hey, I'm AD, welcome to my channel. Today I want to teach you guys how to write a spell. When you think about it, words have the power to either create or destroy. So basically, if you say something good, it can really help something, or if you say something bad, so if you say something, negative, it can really break something down. Also, when you think of affirmations, affirmations are pretty much spells when you think about it. You really tell yourself that something's going to happen and you hope for it to happen. That in its own is a spell. So when you write spells, you can either use rhyming or alliteration. For rhymes, in the past, when spell work in witchcraft was abolished, witches would tell each other these spells and everything, and they would have them rhyme so that you could remember, so that they could remember the spell and pass it on to other people. So when they passed it on to other people, they would remember it because it rhymed, because it had this catchy phrase. Whenever you think of slogans or something, commercials or something, you remember them, or songs, you remember them because they rhyme or because they're catchy, they're flowy. And also with the catchiness, with the flow of the rhyme, it helps with the power, it helps and empower this entire spell because it just completely flows throughout the spell. So when you're writing a spell, you also have to remember to protect yourself. Be aware of the negative effects of the spell that the spell might have and protect yourself from it by writing that into your spell, by writing something that says, hey, I don't want this to happen, so don't let it happen, that sort of thing. It really depends on the topic of the spell and the type of spell that you want to empower. So an example of a rhyming spell is one that I wrote in order to keep snorers at bay that slept next to me. It's snorers be as snorers sleep, and this snorer's jubilee, so mote it be. You'll notice that a lot of spells have so mote it be at the end. It's basically a way to cast the spell, like make it happen. It's like, so this is going to happen right away, that sort of thing. Sometimes, obviously, it's not going to happen right away, but that's to empower the spell, to encase all of the magic that you had, all of everything that you had in the beginning of the spell, and make sure that actually happens. It all comes together and folds together and manifests into the desire that you would like it to be. So, thinking about the structure of the spell, snorers be as snorers sleep. That is the snorer themselves. That's the person that I would like to stop snoring. And then I go to end the snorer's jubilee. That is the intent that I want to have, the reason that I'm doing the spell, to stop that snoring. So mote it be. That encases the power of that spell and makes it happen and pushes it into the universe and says, this is going to happen. So you can also use alliteration for spells, and you could, if you wanted to, you could put a rhyming spell and an alliteration all together. An example of this is, I'll say an example of an alliteration spell, or something using alliteration. It could be 7 seconds of silence sends Sam to sleep. Basically, that's everything that you want to happen in this spell. 7 seconds of silence sends Sam to sleep. Everything that you want to happen is right there. It's that simple. It's that simple. You could write a longer spell. You could have spells that could require other things. I mean, this is for mostly incantations, but you can also have spells that require other things. There are certain symbols that you can inscribe into a spell. There are certain, you could use a tarot card, and that can help you with the spell. You could use a candle, and that can help you with the spell. It really depends on exactly what you want to happen, how long you want it to happen, how fast you want it to happen, or how much power that you want to imbue in this spell. So that is another correspondence that really depends on what you want to happen in the spell. This video itself is just for writing the spell itself, but you can add other things to it. Spells can also be longer if you want them to. They can ask for the power of gods and goddesses, or help from gods and goddesses. They can ask for help from other beings such as fairies or elves. It really depends on what you need. But remember, the internal structure of the spell is kind of like a poem. If you're very good at poetry, then you will be very good at spell writing, at spell working, because it's basically a poem. It's something easily to remember, something that can be long or short, but it also has your intent imbued in the spell from beginning to middle to end. It has that structure. In the beginning, you state what is happening. In the middle, you state what you want. In the end, you encase everything in that power. Other things that can make spells more powerful is the days of the week that you cast them. Sunday through Saturday, each of these days have different correspondences, different helpful ways for you to make your spells more powerful, and different phases of the moon. The new moon, the full moon, waxing and waning moons all have different ways to help you in your spell work. So let me know if you guys have any more questions with that. I will go more into full detail of the moon phases and the days of the week in other videos to help you guys out with more of your spell casting. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and also if you've written any spells recently that may or may not have worked for you. And yeah, please subscribe. Thanks!